don't even have to try too hard to do auntie shit. Because y'all know that's a bad. Okay. So we're chatting real quick because I'm not trying to hold y'all too long. This was an impromptu chat. Okay, because you know what the fuck going on in the media today, baby. This GHerbo and Ari and Tina. I know how to say her name now. So let's just get a couple things straight. Ari, sis, like, you know, I was team Ari for a while. And just the other day, I was like, you know what? Herb and Tina, they kind of growing on me a little bit. They're growing on me. And I think that's just because I just got so tired of seeing her in the media arguing with Gervonta. Like, come on, sis. Like, that's not a good look. Like, either you going to be with the man or you not going to be with him. But all this back and forth, it's making you look bad. And I want you to have a better image outside of that man. Okay? But anyway, the issue, for anybody that doesn't know, let me catch you up, because that's what I be here to do. I be really here to provide the tea for the people that don't be caught up. So, what happened was, yesterday was Herb's birthday, right? He celebrated in New York with Tina. She took him on a helicopter ride. And then it looked like they went to dinner and they went to the club, right? So after dinner, she gifts him with a chain. The chain has his grandmother's picture on it. He cries like a baby, okay? You could tell it was a really sweet gift. You could tell, you know, somebody put that idea in her ear, like, he gonna break down, sis. Like, because there was people out in the background like, see, Tina, I told you. But you could tell he was really touched by that. Because, you know, niggas don't be crying like that. So when they cry, you know. So it was sweet to see. That happened. You know, it's a couple videos of them in the club with he with FABOLO. You know, they in the club kicking it or whatever. So real cute scene. Then at some point, Ari gets on Instagram and she has a very long post about the fact that there was a photo leaked. In the photo, you see Herb holding your son, cute little your son. And Tina is in the background, and it looks like, because you can't see the picture that clearly, it looks like Tina is frowning at Herb. Like, people are saying she's frowning at the baby. I have a hard time believing she's frowning at the baby. I think that he said something goofy, and she frowned her face. So anyway, Ari is upset because apparently they had an agreement that she meaning Tina, was to not be around the baby. And she feels like he broke the agreement. She calls him very vulgar language and then starts to drag Tina into it and calling her names and shit. So before we move forward, I need everybody to see the post. I'm going to show you her little birthday or whatever, and then I'm going to show you what Ari posted. And then I'm going to really, like, break down all the ins and outs of, like, what the fuck is going on. They crazy. Okay, hold on.
I don't know how I feel, to be honest. I don't know.
Are you scared?
A little bit. I'm excited, though, I guess.
You better be excited.
I thought you was bringing us to the stuff where we in the air, like, you know.
Nah.
Saying they told me this the same helicopter for Mission Impossible.
Oh, he's getting drunk tonight, guys. Cheers. Cheers. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
That's real. That's real. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh boy.
Show your gift.
Sorry.
You good, you good.
Oh, don't cry.
Oh good. Oh. That's what you give her? Oh, let me get down. You gotta love this. It's a go. I told you, Diane.
Babe. Babe. Babe.
I know. Yes. What you get him in? I got everything. We got it. We got you.
Yeah, nigga, you thought I wasn't pulling up, I'm pulling up. Boy, I look on the ground, you was in New York, I text you, told me pull up July. I'm at July, nigga. Happy motherfucking birthday, boy. Keep being a real nigga. You know I fuck with you.
Okay. So one thing I really want for Ari is I really want Ari's emotions. I want her to stop letting her emotions run her. Because they really do. Like, it's one thing. We all feel rage. We all feel anger. We all feel annoyed, irritability. But when you allow your emotions to make you act in ways that you know are not conducive to who you want to be, or even in a person in her position to your image, you know what I mean? I understand, like, I think the biggest problem is she don't give a fuck. And it's like, Ari could really go places and do things if she gave a fuck. Like, sometimes we gotta give a fuck out here. Like, people like, well, I don't care, I'll do whatever. That's not gonna get you anywhere. It's not gonna elevate you, okay? People aren't gonna want to deal with that. So there is a lot of maturity that we clearly see she just doesn't have, that comes with not letting your emotions make you act out, especially on the internet. It's one thing to call that nigga up and cuss him the fuck out, but to air him out or air the situation out is not conducive for the relationship. And now you've just added 1 million plus people into your business. So that's number one. Number two, I feel like if it's going to be about her breaking the agreement, you two are your son's parents, and if you all have an agreement in place, it should be followed. Okay. However, if it's about him breaking the agreement, let it be about the agreement. Don't let it be about, because why the fuck are you bringing up this man's herpes? Are you bringing up the fact that you think that Tina fuck Bibby? Are you dragging her name through the mud? Like, baby, one thing women got to realize is just because you dogging another woman, it's not going to make you shine harder, ma. Just because just because you don't want it to be her don't mean if it wasn't her, it was going to be you. So, like, you sitting here dragging her through the mud, that's the part that makes people call her a bitter baby mama. It's not the fact that she's upset about the fact that, okay, you said you weren't going to have my child around nobody else. All right, bam, cool. But to sit there and, like, bring up all these other nasty-ass, unnecessary issues, that's the part that makes you look bad, sis. Like, that's the part that I can't get behind. Like, if you had just cut it like that, like, right there. But no, you had, like, you really, really went there. And for what? Like, now people know that you clearly feel a way about him. You clearly feel a way about their relationship. And one thing I am going to say about her is I feel like men do this all the time. If you truly are not okay with something, I understand she is the providing parent. I don't have kids. You can't speak on this. I'm speaking on it. I don't care. I feel like if you as a man have a child with somebody that you are no longer with, do not sit up there and agree to something you don't really agree with or you don't really feel like you can uphold. This your girl, you gonna be around her. So to see her and be like, yeah, I ain't gonna have him around her. You know you was lying. Like, be upfront. Like, say, well, you know, I think she's somebody I want in my life. We're gonna have to sit down and have you all be cordial so that way I can be around the two people that I really care about. But to sit here and be like, yeah, no, I ain't gonna do it, and then sneak around and do it, that's when you get fucked up. Because now you look like a liar. Now you are a liar. Now you've stepped over the agreement. But one thing I will say that I think makes the whole situation immature, because like your son, he's still a baby, but he ain't no newborn no more. You know what I mean? So I feel like they gotta reach a point where they have to have this conversation. It's gonna be an adult and a mature conversation for them to have. Like, he clearly been with her. Yes, we said that he cheated on Ari with her, and now they together. I get why that's still a sensitive subject. However, that she been around. She don't seem to be going nowhere. So why wouldn't you rather have some type of understanding at least than for it to be so much animosity? And one thing I don't necessarily think is fair is I feel like when it comes to baby mama and baby daddy relationships, I understand that the woman is usually the caregiver. So sometimes she has a little bit more say. However, it never seems to be a big of an issue when a woman has another man around her child. But when, God forbid, the baby daddy bring another woman around, all hell is breaking loose. You know? So I just feel like there is a mature way to go about this. If you all are co-parenting, you all are going to date other people. So how can we do this in the most respected and amicable way? That's the thing. Is like, y'all, the motherfuckers are still so heated about how shit happened. They can't even sit down and be like, you know what? We need to be adults about this, and we need to be realistic about it. Because like I said, it's unrealistic to think that your partner is never going to have somebody else. It's unrealistic to think that your baby mama or your baby daddy is never going to have somebody else around your kid. Completely unrealistic. So why not establish a relationship so that way you can start to feel a little bit more comfortable with the idea, or you can feel the person out and see for yourself, or lay your own ground rules with that person, because now you have an established, relationship with them as far as like, this is what I want, this is what I don't want happening around my son. So that's one thing. And the crazy thing that make Ari look really bad right now is the fact that, like, somebody just tweeted her a couple days ago saying, when you and her are going to get back together. And she said something to the effect of, he needs to go ruin Taina's life first, maybe in a couple years, like some shit like that. Ruin her life and get her pregnant first. So essentially she was saying, in some capacity, she would take him back. So I don't necessarily think that, like, it's smart for you to put that out into the internet and then you want to turn around and still bring up how this man has herpes. Or you want to bring up how much you don't like him, or he broke, or whatever the case may be. Like, sis, you look dumb. And when people sit there and drag their baby mamas and their baby daddies, you look just as bad. Because you lay down with the person. That's why, like, you really shouldn't badmouth anybody you used to fuck with. Because at one point, you fucked with that person. You loved them. You was with them. So that says just as much about you as it does about them. So so I understand people make mistakes, and you know, some people feel like they need to air people out. It's so unconducive. And I feel like only person that suffers in this is your son. Like, he gonna grow up to see how raggedy his people was on the internet, you know, and that's one thing that people make, you know, try to say that makes Taina look better is the fact that she don't engage with the internet bullshit. She keeps it cute, she keeps it classy and quiet. Now, what she's doing behind closed doors, we may never know, but perception is reality. So if all we do is we see you acting a fucking fool on the internet, then that's what everybody gonna start to draw. Cause like I said, even before, like with this Gervonta mess, like I bet Gervonta around your son, and he probably ain't the best influence. But now we want to talk about how like GHerbo can't really have the same rights. Like, I don't necessarily think that that's okay. Okay, so I just feel like, you know, I understand Ari young, she got some growing up to do, but one thing I want to call attention to is Taina, she could be doing better. Like, I told y'all in another video, as a woman that's dealt with a nigga with a young baby, a newborn, don't do it. This is why women who don't have no kids don't be trying, like, we don't need to be dealing with this type of mess. Because look how messy it is. I understand somehow she loved this man. However, like, she is young, gorgeous, come from some little money. She don't have to deal with this. So the fact that, like, I think she's repeating a lot of the negative patterns that she clearly saw Emily B do or some shit, because you don't got to deal with this, sis. Like, it's a bunch of little hymns out here, you know, a little better ones, you know. But I think, I'm not going to lie, I think a part of what Taina likes is, you know, she might be one of them chicks that fetishizes the hood nigga, the rap, you know, the gangster rap, that type of vibe. And I feel like one of the main reasons that people try to, like, put Taina against Ari is, like, you know how motherfuckers love to fetishize this whole, like, foreign. You know, even though motherfuckers Taina ass is black, but they foreign. You know, whereas they look at Ari like the ghetto black girl from up the street. You know? So, even though Ari is technically mixed. So, yeah, I just think that's interesting. Like, I really be trying to rock with Ari, and homegirl look like she have a good ass time, but like when it comes to this internet shit, like I want her to get a publicist. I want her to get something, because it's just never a good look. And do you know somebody can sue you for constantly putting their motherfucking status on the internet? Talking about this man got herpes. He could sue you for that if he really got herpes. And another thing about this motherfucking herpes shit, I really feel like after that was first brought to the light, I think Herb is the type of nigga, like, because of, like, her family, like, he would have went out his way to show that he had a clean bill of health. Now, the whole idea of, like, this man doing some witchcraft to think that that's going to wish his herpes away, that's another story. But I will say, as somebody with a family member, a close family member that has herpes, herpes is not the end-all be-all for people. So let's stop stigmatizing certain conditions. Like, if you have them, if you've been in the position where you have it, okay, there is life after chronic STDs. So I just want to destigmatize that. Like, okay, so what if the man has herpes? He can still live a healthy life and not give it to his partner. And if you so concerned about him having herpes, why the fuck do you not say shit when he be kissing on your son? Exactly, because there are different types of herpes. Like, I think she just be saying that shit because she's mad. However, the witchcraft shit is something, I don't know. I don't know where you would dig deep to make that shit up. That was a little like, sis, what? Yeah, but I have a hard time believing that, like, you know, the whole, like, she fucked baby. A lot of these people get passed around, you know. The gag is, shortly after I did one of my first GHerbo and Ari videos, somebody came defending Herb, saying how apparently Ari used to fuck with one of his guys. So Ari's doing a lot of the calling the kettle black. Like, the same shit that she talk about Gervonta baby mama for doing, look what the fuck she doing. Out here doing the same motherfucking thing. 2 peas in a pod. So yeah, I think that's all I got. I just had to give y'all the rundown because, you know, I'm usually team Ari, but I don't know. Like I said, Herb and Taina, they been growing on me. They be kind of cute. And from what I've been hearing from the men, look, these niggas want to be happy and peaceful. And they don't, like, you could be loud, but you can't be aggressive and loud and be trying to beat his ass, like, all at once. Like, they don't like that. So, I'm not going to say that Taina is perfect because, like, again, clearly you could tell Ari is, like, bothered by this good girl image that she has. However, people do their dirt. They just know how to keep it cute. Maybe Ari could learn a couple things. Like, if you gonna do some shit, like, you ain't gotta always put it on the internet, sis. That's how you keep an image. You can have a good girl image, too, if you just, you know, that's not to say that you gotta be fake about it. That just means everybody doesn't need to see everything all the time or know everything all the time. Okay, I'm done with the mess up today. It was pretty entertaining. I hope y'all got a good little laugh. Until next time on the GHerbo and Ari Saga.